And now...
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more.
In the dim reaches of the early 19th century, a dark genius spoke darkly in the language of literature, of things and shapes horrid. The generations who read Edgar Allen Poe were glad enough to know that by closing the book they were done with his masked and misty visitors. But in our time, another dark genius rose. He is Peter Lorre, and his notice to the world was a picture called M. And no matter what role he's cast in, his performance is always breathtaking. He's now in New York, appearing at the Strand Theater, where his latest Warner Brothers picture, Hotel Berlin, is showing. And since we believe that Mr. Lorre is the only living artist who can bring to life a terrifying character of the poet's imagination, we welcome for the first time to Radio Hall of Fame the dark genius of Poe and the even darker genius of Mr. Peter Lorre in Frank Wilson's adaptation in Poe's famous masterpiece, The Telltale Heart.
Yes, it's true. I've been nervous, very, very nervous, and I am, but why do you say that I'm mad? Oh, no, the disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed them. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth, and I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Observe how calmly I can tell the whole story. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. I didn't want his gold. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was his eye. One of them was like that of a vulture. A pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. Then I knew I must kill him and get rid of that terrible eye forever. Every night at midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it. Oh, so gently. And then, when I'd made an opening, I put in a dark lantern, all closed, so that no light shone out. And then I thrust in my head. I moved it very slowly, so that I would not wake him. Then I undid the lantern cautiously. Oh, so cautiously. I opened it just so much that one piercing ray fell upon his vulture eye. And this I did for 7 long nights. But I found the eye always closed, so it was impossible to do the work. For it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. On the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious. A watch's minute hand moves much more quickly than did mine. To think that there I was, opening the door little by little, and he not even to dream of my secret thought. I heard him move. Now you may think that I drew back. Oh, no. I kept pushing steadily. Then he cried out, "Who's there?" And then, for 1 hour, I waited. I did not move. I knew he was listening to the death watches in the wall. I waited and waited, and I could not hear him lie back, so I opened the lantern just a little, so little, until one single dim ray shot out from the crevice and full upon his vulture eye. It was open, wide open, and I grew furious. As I gazed upon it, I saw it with perfect distinctness, all a dull blue with a hideous veil over it that chilled the very marrow of my bones. But I could not see his face. I could not see his body, for I had directed the ray, as if by instinct, precisely upon the damn spot. I told you, what you mistake for madness is only the extreme sharpness of my senses. I could hear it. A low, dull, quick sound. The sound a watch makes when covered with cotton. I knew that sound, and it beat me into rage, like a drum beat. Such courage. I tried to keep quiet, not to move, to keep the lantern gleaming on the evil eye, but his fear grew worse, and his heart beat faster and louder, and faster and louder and louder. They'll hear it beyond the walls. The neighbors will hear the heartbeat beyond the walls. I must stop it. Stop it! Stop it! There, it's almost done. His heart still beats, but they cannot hear it now. They cannot hear it beyond the walls. He's dead. His terrible eye will trouble me no more. Forever. You see, I'm not mad. I know exactly what needs to be done. Oh, I'm clever and wise, and there is time. No, not too much time. It's later than I thought, and dawn will come soon. Oh, I must get rid of him. I must put him somewhere in his room. There. See? It was so easy to put him under the 3 planks in the floor. No human eye, not even his vulture eye, could detect anything wrong now. There was nothing to wash out. No stain of any kind, no possible clues. I was too clever for that. 4 o'clock. It's still dark as midnight. Oh, good. That's good. I worked faster than I thought. What's that? Who? Oh, what does it matter? Why must I be afraid now? Just open the door and let them in. Let them in. Well, you've searched the house now, you 3 gentlemen of the police. You see, there was nothing. The shriek my neighbor heard, well, that was my own. I screamed in a dream. I had a nightmare. Huh? The old man? I told you he's gone to the country. This is his own chamber, and see, his treasures are here. They are untouched. You see how silly it is? Oh, pardon me. You're tired from searching? Please sit down, gentlemen. Please forgive me. Please rest before you go. I'll sit down on this little chair. over these creaking boards. Well, gentlemen of the police, you're satisfied now? Certainly. If I were guilty of something, I should not be so calm. I should not be here at all. No, I should not be here at all. Should I? Huh? It's very funny, yes, isn't it? Yes, it's too bad you had to come out on so cold a night. The matter? No, there is nothing. I was shaking my head, and there's a ringing in my ears. Maybe from waking so suddenly. A ringing, you're smiling. You know something? You're hearing something? Almighty God, you can hear it? Louder and louder and louder. You're laughing at me? You're laughing at my horror? You're listening to it? Read. Louder. 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 No. Stop. Stop. No. Stop smiling at me. Yes, it's true. It's true. I admit it. Tear up the planks. We tear them up. It is the beating of his hideous heart.